Just a quick vid on supplementation and my thoughts and experiences so far. It wasn't so long ago that I certainly had a belief that we don't need any other form of supplementation. In other words, we should be able to derive what we need from good food, from nutrient and vitamin rich good food, from living in a healthy fashion, etc. But more recently, I did start going down the path of experimentation with supplementation. As you know, I've been taking NMN and seen a positive effect from doing so. You will know as well that in the past I had tried MCT oil. That didn't bode well, but I also think maybe I overdosed. But ever since I've tried it again, I've still had that resulting low feeling. And whenever I do videos and I tell you that I'm feeling low, like I did last week, I do sometimes wonder, is that because of some kind of food or indigestible supplementation that I've taken? And I think sometimes it probably is. We have to, I think, bear in mind our own gut biome and the fact that it is our own, nobody else's. It's going to be different to everybody else's, and what works for one person isn't going to work for another. And so let's say somebody in America tells all via their YouTube channel or Instagram account that this one supplementation is really working well for them, we should all try it. Well, there's nothing wrong in us trying it, but we shouldn't go in with the expectation that it's absolutely going to work for us. So things like, for me, colostrum, I'm afraid doesn't work for me because I do have a dairy intolerance. It makes sense, doesn't it? Let's face it. This is bovine milk. I don't drink milk, so of course my stomach isn't going to like it. Astaxanthin, I was really hoping that would be a good supplement for me, but it certainly didn't work. I did feel low after taking it. As you know, the MCT oil certainly didn't work for me. And I've tried various other bits and pieces since then. Some that work, some that don't. When they do, I keep them. And so vitamin D3, I take a drop of that every day. That seems to work pretty well. Certainly, you know, when you add the benefits of cold therapy and breath work, etc., that all of these different methods that I now use boost my immune, I don't think it matters that I'm also further enhancing my immune by taking vitamin D3. From all the research I've looked at over the last few months, it certainly seems that adding extra vitamin D3 to your diet is certainly a good thing. We have to also bear in mind that unless you're really careful, a lot of the foods that we think are vitamin and nutrient rich quite often aren't, you know, even ones that are labeled healthy. And also we have to assume that even those that are vitamin rich and healthy, they may not necessarily work with our own gut biome. I think there is a very good justification that maybe we should predominantly only eat foods that not only our bodies are used to, but are also in our local environment. Very recently, somebody asked the question in my Facebook group, the Tribe of Evolutionaries, whether anybody had taken this one particular plant-based bean supplement, which is derived from Africa. And I do wonder, you know, for those that do try it, that are based in this country, are they going to have the good bacteria or the methods in their stomach to break that down? And I do also think, you know, especially those in this country that are born in this country, that choose to start eating foods that are not typical of this country, that are foods that are dense in flavorings, in seasoning, that again is not derived from this country. Does it have a negative effect on our bodies? A good friend of mine, my gardening buddy, he actually said that there's good justification really for not traveling to other countries that we're not used to being in and having to vaccinate ourselves when we go to those countries. Is there perhaps an argument, a good argument, that maybe we should make do of everything that we have in our country, from holiday destinations to the way that we live? Should we really, as humans, only be living in the part of the country that we were born in, or the part of the world that we were born in? Should we really be traveling? I know that the wanderlust that we all have is justification enough to explore new cultures, to explore new lands. I've done it, and I still get that call to do it, and it definitely benefits us. But you know, the other argument is maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Maybe we should just be sticking in that one locality and making a good life from what we have around us. The problem we have now, I suppose, is that we do live in a world where we are constantly sold the message of what a life could be like if we live in other parts of the world. I'm lured into that all the time. I've got good friends at various different locations, and their life would appear to be very attractive. But does it suit me? Does it suit my gut biome? Does it suit my psychology? It may not do, just because it does them. So really, just this is a mere ponderance, and I think the final statement is this: if you're going to go down the road of supplementation, good for you, it's worth experimenting with. I'm going to continue experimenting with various different things, but I think you have to go in with the mindset that it won't necessarily work for you, that if you do after a couple of days feel low, then it could well be that your body is consuming so much energy trying to digest that thing that the rest of your body is suffering. So be careful with it, be careful with all this stuff. Go about it slowly, a bit at a time. I've seen countless messages from people about some of the stuff that I do that have gone all in and possibly gone a little bit too far, especially with the breath work. You have to be careful. Take it a bit at a time. See if it suits you. If it does, go a little bit harder. Consume a bit more. Does it still suit you? There is no quick fix in life, as you know. Anyway, here endeth today's video. A slightly different angle today. In the background there, you've got Box Tunnel, a famous tunnel in my local area, built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who of course in this country is very famous. And the reason why that tunnel is famous is because it was the first one to be built that was 2 miles long. I can't remember how many years it took them to build, but probably a number of years and a number of deaths to create that thing. And it is an engineering feat. A 2 mile long tunnel through a hill built in the 1800s. Anyway, today's video is over. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Evolution of Dave signing off.